Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, a.k.a. Man of the People, and I owned up to it today during the last video. I forget who it was, but the conversation was pretty much, hey, well, what is the mood in the locker room? How much are these guys still believing in Frank Reich? So I got some video for that. I won't talk about it today because I didn't have a chance to cut it up for the YouTube, but I will have it up no later than tomorrow. That'll be your Thanksgiving treat from me. Along with, don't forget, we are giving away a Bryce Young jersey. Link is in the description on how to register to win that, but I want to encourage you to try to win that. That's our effort to support you guys as you support us during this tough 1-9 season so far. Would be to help make it fun, go through with you, and give away something every week if possible. And certainly a big item once a month, and that is for this month, Bryce Young. Last month we did Bryce Young, and I'm probably going to go ahead and just completely make it a Bryce Young sweep because he's about the only guy that I know for certain that you'll be able to wear that jersey for more than 1 year, okay? So let's go ahead and get into today's video, but before I get into it too much, like the video. Helps other Panther fans find out about us. Subscribe if you haven't done so. We're really trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. I promise you, Man of the People is much more effective when I have a larger audience that's behind me. So please consider doing that to support the channel. And also thank you to all of our members. So let's go ahead and get into some of these things that have been going on. I did not properly load up all these graphics before I went live. So give me a moment to get it all together. And we'll start with the injury report first. All right, so I think I got it. Here we go. We'll start with the injury report. Let me give a quick shout out though to Panthers Prime Podcast. Appreciate it. We got a member here, so I gotta give the member some props. Some sound effects. Tyrone Green, what's going on? So I'm gonna need to throw in my earpiece so as I play the audio, I can hear it as well as hear you guys. We're going to go ahead and go over this injury report first that we have for the Carolina Panthers. And Hayden Hurst leads the list, had a concussion, and he is still not practicing due to having that concussion. We also have offensive tackle Taylor Moton getting his weekly rest period. What's up, Knucklehead K? Appreciate you tuning in. We had Adam Thielen getting a rest day. He did not practice today, and he also got nominated for a award. I'm going to tell you that one here in a second. We also had Jeremy Chin, I didn't even say what these guys were. So Hayden Hurst did not practice today with a concussion. Taylor Moton did not practice today, just getting rest. Adam Thielen not practicing today, getting rest. Jeremy Chin, he was limited in practice with the quadriceps. Now, Jeremy Chin was designated to return. That means he has 21 days to return. Let me point this out because last week when we did the pregame show, we didn't list J.C. Horn as active or inactive. So being designated to return is one step. Being activated is the second step. If Jeremy Chin is not activated, then you will not see him on the inactive list for the game on Sunday in Tennessee. So let me go ahead and continue to work through this. Free safety Sam Franklin Jr. was limited in practice today with a quadricep, and Marquise Haynes was limited in practice with the back. C.J. Henderson limited in practice with the concussion protocol. J.C. Horn limited in practice with his hamstring, and again, J.C., he's not been activated yet. He still has approximately 2 more weeks. Well, I should say 2 more games to be activated. So could happen this week, but we'll see. We also have linebacker Frankie Luvu, who was limited in practice today with a shoulder. What's going on, Ali Broderick? Appreciate you tuning in to check us out. Now let's go for this unfortunate list of transactions that have taken place with this Carolina Panthers team. I tell you, man, Bryce Young today spoke with the media, and he actually seemed in good spirits, which I appreciated. You know, he kind of, been seeing a guy with his head down and kind of talking low because it's been a tough season. And, you understand it, but certainly was good to see him seemingly in some pretty good spirits today talking with the media. But he's going to have his work cut out for him if he already hasn't, right? With losing. Let me just go ahead and get it on the screen. Let's go through these transactions that we have for today. As I mentioned earlier, safety Jeremy Chin is designated to return from injured reserve. Now, that does not guarantee that he's going to play this Sunday, but it opens the window that he could. You also have, I'm going to jump out of order here a little bit, right guard Austin Corbett, season-ending injury. It is not as bad as it was last time with the ACL. It's an MCL. Will have a much shorter recovery time, but he will no doubt be out for the season. And then we also had on the defensive side, the Caprio Boodle. Both of these guys, Corbett and Boodle, were placed on injured reserve today. And now we go to some corresponding moves somewhat. Guard Justin McCray, he has been signed to the practice squad. Now, Justin has spent some time with the Carolina Panthers. He's been on the 53. He's been on the practice squad. He's been off. And now he's back. So he's presumably going to give some depth and either be elevated or signed to the 53, depending on how his week goes with the Carolina Panthers. And then we also signed cornerback A.J. Parker to the team. A.J. spent some time with the 49ers, had an injury, was released from them being the 49ers back in September, and he is currently now with the Carolina Panthers. So those are your transactions. Those are your injuries as Carolina Panthers prepare to take on the Tennessee Titans. So, yeah, Corbett injured again, and I did not do a good job of getting all my video loaded beforehand, but I do have it loaded up. All right, so Knucklehead K, let me give you your prop for being a member and signing on. Thank you very much. And then we have Carolyn Chambliss, who has become a member of the channel. Appreciate you much, very much. Hey, the members of this channel are like our backbone. We're independent media. We don't have budgets to go fly everywhere, cover practices. It's funded by you guys and all the contributions. So the super chats, the joining, it all helps, right? And realizing that everyone can't monetarily help this channel, so you have the ability to, I always ask, just hit the like button. Really just get in the habit. Every time the video comes on, hit the like button. Trust me, I've been doing a lot, and I will be able to do more with the larger audience that I have with you guys supporting us. So let's go ahead. Knucklehead Cases, welcome. Charlotte Vibe, new member. Yes, we need it. We need it. I really want to, and I'm not going to deviate too much, I really want to continue to increase the amount of coverage that I give to you guys. I know this summer with training camp, it was the first time ever that Charlotte Vibe has not missed a day down in Spartanburg. I had videos up every single day of practice for you all to check out. Pretty much exclusive there doing that for you all. Would like to continue to travel with this team during the offseason with the, I forget, the Combine that's up in Indianapolis and some other things that take place to continue to bring you all some in-depth coverage. So if you can, great. But let's continue to move on. It's almost Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are probably trying to get ready for that. Austin Corbett talked about the injury that happened this Sunday, which has led him to being on the injured reserve list.
Like we got in the tent and like Doc was asking, he's like, "Do you want to look at this?" I was like, "No, I'm fine." Like I've got sleeves, sock, pants, brace. Like it's gonna be too hard to like. It's gonna take too much time to be able to get all this stuff off. So like, I just tightened up my brace and like got through it. Like I know I looked like an idiot just running, but like the game itself was too stressful. So like between plays, like I wouldn't think about it. But it's I don't know. It's just gotta find a way out there.
So there you have Corbett talking about his injury from this past Sunday and going in the tent and going through it all. And they said that, you know, when he first heard about it, he wasn't too upset. I wouldn't say too upset. It wasn't as bad as it was the first time. He did talk to the team about it as well, just kind of let those guys know, hey, please continue to fight, continue to play hard, and play for this team while I recover. And he said again, it's not going to be like this year. Last year, where it led him to this year missing so many games. He will be back in time for all the normal off-season stuff. So we'll continue to keep you up to date with Austin Corbett. And you know what was better What's better than when a new member joins and they give you a super chat? So let's get the sound effects going here.
Super chat.
There we go. Super chat. We'll play it one more time for those in the back that might have missed it.
Super chat.
So thank you very much, Carolyn Chambliss, for your super chat. It will go a long way towards continuing to help our channel operate and do more coverage. Knucklehead K says, that sucks. We just got it. Yeah, he was only back maybe 4 games. And I remember talking to him when he was first designated to return, and he was talking about, his first day back, it went well, but the real thing was going to be sharing it with his wife to see how she responds to everything. And check with me. He said, wife was well, so we're excited about it. He said before when he was coming back from the last one that he didn't want to talk too much about when, because he really didn't want to rush everything. Just wanted to let it happen as it should happen. So I'm sure he's going to continue to build upon what he learned from the last injury to come back and be a better player. The same doctor that did his surgery the first time for that, I forget what it's called because I'm not too medically inclined, but for that prior injury, is going to be the same doctor that does this MCL injury here. So here's a comment about my voice. Yes, my voice is pretty much 99% back. I can't give it 100% because I still will cough, sometimes sound like an old man. So I'm going to continue to try to take it easy, but I am excited to be back and bring you all a lot of coverage. So also, before we get out of here, in the title, you saw that I had a one-on-one with Mr. Adam Thielen, and I'm going to go ahead and play that video for you all right now. Again, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Help me grow. It helps me to do more, getting players, getting coaches, getting information that you want and I want to get to you. So please consider doing that. But here's my one-on-one with Adam Thielen. First question was me talking about the success that he's been able to have with Bryce Young this season, how he's been able to do so. Thielen's actually on pace to have one of his best seasons as a pro, certainly on pace to go over 1,000 yards for the season. But again, here's Adam Thielen talking about his connection with Bryce Young.
A lot of it is uncontrollable, right? You got to have a quarterback that trusts you. You have to have a staff that trusts you and gives you opportunities. And then, the game has to kind of play out sometimes in your favor. So there's so many things that go into that. So I'm just trying to keep getting better and see what happens.
Talk about how you play when you're between the white lines, because I've seen you a few times look pretty fiery out there. And in here, of course, you seem nice and calm. But explain your on-the-field demeanor.
Yeah, I just think that when you step in between those lines, you gotta be different. Like you can't just show up and, oh, here we go, let's see what happens. You gotta have a different mindset as soon as you step on that field, and it's something that you have to learn how to find a way to get in there in that zone. There's kind of this threshold of too much and too little, and trying to find that zone is something that I've tried to master over the years. Obviously, haven't mastered it, but you try to find a way to get yourself going and fired up, but kind of play in that right zone.
So curious about the drive that you have. I think you were undrafted, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and also the fact that I want to get your thoughts on. You hear people saying Adam's not a number one, but he's a number one on this team, right? How do you take that when you hear that?
Yeah, it just kind of adds to the chip on your shoulder. I've always been a person that kind of uses that kind of stuff as motivation. Somebody who doubts me, thinks I'm washed up, or thinks I can't play at this level or whatever. Kind of throughout my career, didn't think I could play in college. I put that right on my shoulder, and I put it in the back of my head every single day I go to work, every time I go in the weight room, every time I go on the field, and try to prove people wrong. And I feel like you kind of have to have that. Again, you ask, what is that mindset you have on the field? Well, there it is. It's all those people that. And sometimes you make it up, but all those people that don't think you can do something, you go out there to try to prove them wrong.
Sometimes you just make it up. Hey, there's no doubt that players, a lot of athletes will use any kind of thing they can find to grab onto to motivate themselves to play at the highest level. So Adam Thielen, hey, he's saying basically, talk all you want about me. Say I'm not a true number one and say I wouldn't be a number one on the other team. Keep saying it. I'm going to ask you to keep saying it because he is playing some extremely good football for the Carolina Panthers. If he's the best that we have, cheer on the best that we have, and I want him to maintain that, to give us some kind of shot. And he's a captain on this team, so hopefully he'll continue to teach some things to Mingo and the other guys, Terrace Marshall and others that are on this team, and help them to be better. Because if they could all play as consistently, forget the fact that you might criticize him for some attributes that he doesn't have as a wide receiver. If he can get the other wide receivers to play at that same level, I'd take a team full of possession receivers. That still would be more helpful than the way things have been going for this Carolina Panthers team right now. So that'll be it for today. I have a lot more videos and players that I was able to talk to today. So please, if you haven't done so already, set your notifications, because those videos will be coming out. Some tonight, some tomorrow. Sprinkle them out through the rest of the week to see who all I talked to in the locker room. But that'll wrap us up. I want to say happy Thanksgiving Eve to everybody out there. Again, register for the Bryce Young jersey. That's in the description. And that's all I can think of for now. I see one comment coming. Let's see. Do you think we will win on Sunday? I'm not big on predictions. I appreciate the question. I don't know. I don't want to wrap my head around it too much right now. And let's see if I can answer this one before I get out. So sad that a 33-year-old wide receiver in the twilight of his playing time is the primary wide receiver on this team. Unfortunately, we will lose to Tennessee. The offensive guard play will allow this. I'm tuning out. Just embarrassing. Well, Sally, at the least, a little favor I'd like to ask for you is to tune into our pregame show, tune into our postgame show. We'll tell you what happened. You won't have to sit there and waste 3.5 hours of your day. We'll keep you up to date myself. So that's it for today. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It's free. Hit that like button. I'm Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Vibe.